Alrighty, traders, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the CPI news coming out of the US. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. I know I have got my my startup this morning, which is my cup of coffee, and hopefully everyone has actually it's tea. Yes, have a cup of tea. I know it's not the European session open; it is the US Open, so we should have some coffee here instead of how the New Yorkers say it, coffee. I gotta have some coffee. All right. So anyway, traders, we're gonna go ahead and take a look and see exactly what's going on here in the marketplace. We're gonna go take a look and see what the CPI number brings out this morning. We're looking at the moment right now. We're looking at CPI year on year reporting, or at least forecasting, at 3.3%. Does that number come out around about that area? And by the way, if it comes out at 3.2%, I'm expecting a downside move in the dollar. If it comes out at 2.2, 2.9%, I'm expecting a huge downside move in the dollar. Trader, I want to go ahead and make sure that my sound is coming through loud and clear. Let's double check on the sound. Sound 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. Audio coming through. Yep, looks like the audio is coming through. Go ahead and let me know. Type up in the chat there if the audio is coming through. David says no audio, but I do see audio coming through right now. Subtitles. Yeah, I can't add subtitles to this. There. All right, good. Sound is okay. Good. All right, excellent. Everyone's confirming the sound. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and show my screen. Let's go ahead and pop up the screen, and let's go ahead and see if we can make something happen here this morning. All right, hold on a second, my bad. Okay, there we go. All right, traders, well, let's go ahead and take a look over here, and let's see if we can identify what the markets are really telling us. So this is the number right here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up this information right here. There it is. That's what we're looking at for this morning right there. And CPI, we all know what happened on the 12th of July, right? On the 12th of July, if I go ahead and pull this up right here, you can see that on the 12th of July, we had the CPI numbers forecast at 3.1%. By the way, that was low from the previous. That was really low. That number was really low for them to forecast it. And I'm like, what? 3.1%? Are you kidding me? How can we get to 3.1%? Come on, it's got to be slightly lower than the 4%. It can't be at 3.1%. Well, it came out at 3%. So now I think the market's really at this point saying, hey, listen here, we're now looking at the forecast at 3.3%, which is slightly higher. Did they make a mistake last month on the inflation report? And is this inflation report from previous going to be updated? Are they going to give us a new update on last month? Which means, by the way, traders, just like I always say, somebody got fired, right? When the numbers come out that low and different to what they anticipate, somebody's fired. But we can say that they were pretty close to the forecast. The forecast was at 3.1%. It came out at 3%. The market went absolutely wild. We saw the dollar falling. And that is no different to what we're expecting this morning if the number comes out lower than forecast. Now, let's just talk about that. If it comes out lower than forecast, which means that if it comes out at let's say 3.1%, or even at 3.2%, well, that's not going to be lower than the previous, which means that we're not seeing the inflationary numbers dropping. Now, remember, we've just come off the Feds raising the interest rates 25 basis points. And if that's the case, that is supposed to reduce inflation, right? And that's the whole purpose of raising rates, is to reduce the spending. And that means that if the inflation number was at 3% and they continue to raise interest rate, then surely we should see the number come out lower than the 3%, because we can't see it rise again with them with them pushing the interest rates up. It should be pushing down. And if it does come out higher, then there's going to be this concern that the Feds will continue to raise interest rates because they're surely not at the levels that they want to be at, the benchmark at 2%. No siree. So there's a lot of things coming down the line as we go ahead and review how the markets are going to react to the data this morning. So traders, brace yourself. It is going to be either a whoopee lashy type of move. We're going to see the markets go back and forth as the data comes out. Or we're going to see a one direction move. It sounds like the band, One Direction. Yeah, so we're going to take a look and see how that plays out. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the the chart right here. Here is the this is the Dow. The Dow is going to be interesting how it moves this morning, because if we have to look at different types of things to be able to determine what the movement of the dollar is going to be from a technical, let's forget about fundamentals for a moment, right? Let's put that on the sideline. Let's take a look at the technical setups, and let's go ahead and review how the market's set up technically to be able to identify whether the dollar should be bullish or bearish. Now, if we go ahead and look at the Dow right here, and the Dow is sitting up with a possible bullish open. All right, so which means that the Dow is going to open higher than the previous session. If that means that we're opening up higher and the Dow looks positive at the open, then that would mean that the dollar would be bearish, right? Because if we have Dow strong, dollar bearish. Okay, there's one sign here that we're possibly looking for a downside move. Let's take a look at the dollar index itself. Here's the dollar index. Dollar index at the moment right now is pushing lower. Now, if you take a look at the swing setups that we have right here, we did have a wave 1, 2, 3, and now we're in this fourth wave. Now, the fourth wave, I've mentioned this before, the fourth wave can be a very complicated wave, which means the market can be inside the sideways range before it starts breaking out towards our fifth wave. So we can be sideways, we can be range bound, and we did come off the top right here, so which means that price maybe is is going down towards support again. So here's another sign that the dollar is going to be bearish for the day, or at least bearish for now. But let's just take a look at the intraday move, and let's go to, I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame here and look at the 15. Well, the 15-minute time frame, since it hit that high right up here at the top, you can see that price has gone down, pulled back up, and now we're at this support level, but we're looking for price to continue to work his way down towards the 1.618, which is all the way down here. So if we have to understand technical analysis and we understand that the market's at a support level, now there is a possibility that the news that comes out today could be a positive, or at least it could be a bullish move, and that bullish move could be going back up towards resistance from a previous low right here, and then starting to work his way back down. Because traders, we did have a bearish move for some time now, for the last actually 48 hours, or no, 24 hours. So we had a bearish move right here. So correction is due, even if it's a short-term correction and then a downside move. So by looking at the charts right here, it tells us that, yeah, maybe the midterm direction for the dollar is bearish, but today could be a slight bullish move before it continues to be bearish. All right, so definitely two-minded right now at the moment right now as to how the dollar is going to react on the news. Again, we'll have to wait and see in the next 5 minutes exactly what the number is and how the dollar goes ahead and reacts. Let's go ahead and take a look here at a pair that I'm following at the moment right now, which is US dollar CAD. Here it goes, US dollar CAD. And I'm currently selling US dollar CAD. And my big thing here on the US dollar CAD is that I'm looking for I'm looking for the market to go to this level here, but break through that level and target 133 down below. Now, if the number comes out as much as I anticipated to come down, which means if I'm anticipating a nice big bearish move to the downside right here, then we could test this 133 level right here. All right, we could test that level, and then we could even get the market to do something like this, where it bounces, breaks, and then gets back down to this level right here at 132.25. Again, we will see in the next 5 minutes, no, 3 minutes now, next 3 minutes, exactly what the data reports and where the market goes to. Now, this is the deal. I am looking to take profit right about here. But if this move is strong enough, I would be looking to take profit past this level, down here at 32.25. Well, let's put it this way. Anywhere between here and here is take profit time, right? And then we'll see what the market does thereafter. We're just looking for that short term. We've got about less than 3 minutes, about 2 minutes. There we go. 2 minutes. That's the countdown. 2 minutes. Now, traders, let's go ahead and take a quick short break. I want to first go ahead and say thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring this video and allowing this video to take place today. Let's go ahead and take a small break, and then we're going to be back in about 30 seconds. Alrighty, traders, if you're looking for a trading account, you want to go ahead and open up a trading account with a broker that you can trust, broker that you can that is good for trading a whole bunch of different things with good tight spreads. Make sure to check out ACAP. The link is down below, and if you do go ahead and sign up there, make sure you let me know that you have signed up with ACAP. We definitely want to help you with some sort of trading tools. Traders, all right, let's go ahead and take a look. We've got about 1 minute left. Less than 1 minute left before the news comes out. In fact, it's 37 seconds before we see the news coming out right here. It is huge, traders. This is huge. This is going to be, of course, a big deciding factor of how the Feds will go ahead and look to start raising rates or starting to stand aside on rates in the next meeting. It all comes down to the CPI number. Does it show that we're going to see a lower number? Now, I'm not going to wait for the data report right here. I want to go straight to the charts right here. I want to see exactly what the market does, what the reaction is immediately as the news comes out. We'll go ahead and check out and see what the actual number is. And there it is. Come on. Show the number. Market is reaction bearish at the moment right now. Not that strong. It's gone bearish. I'm expecting the number to be either close or, come on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on. Let's take a look over here. It's still paying. There we go. 3.2%. It is lower than the projected. I did not suspect that it would be much lower, but I was hoping for it to be much lower. But it is lower than the forecast. Remember, traders, the 3% is still there, right? So we're not lower than the 3%. Traders, this means that the Feds may still continue to raise the interest rate because they've certainly not seen a decrease since the 3% was posted last month. So the market is reacting lower. We're actually seeing a nice little bearish move. I'd like to take a look at the CAD Swiss and see how the market's reacting on the CAD Swiss right here. There will be a indirect effect on the CAD Swiss. It looks like the CAD Swiss is not getting as much punishment as what I anticipated. Looks like we're still sitting in this little bit of a range here. Yep, it looks like it's trying to push lower. The big thing here is the US dollar CAD is working itself. Let's go back to US dollar CAD right here. So US dollar CAD is pushing right here. Traders, I'm going to be real honest with you and say that the news wasn't a big shocker. This is not a huge change to what we're anticipating. 3.2%, not a big shocker to the market. And so I'm going to say that this downside move right here is, we're probably going to just trend. It's not going to be a one big push to the downside. I think the market's just going to go ahead and trend, which is, by the way, as we suspected. We may see the market going ahead and creating these wave structures, which means that if the market has gone ahead and fulfilled this target down here at 33.52, we're going to get a little bounce, which means that 133 is not going to come into play very quickly. It means that we're going to get a bounce here and price is going to move back up again. You can see here we have a 200 EMA right here. We have the market in an oversold condition. So it makes sense why we'd see the market bounce. In fact, if the market does not, if we do not see a push, all right, if we do not see a push down to the 1.618 and it starts coming back up again, we could even go back up above here and trade all the way back up and take out the high at 34.60 right there, and then start heading back down south. So I would love to see 33.52 get hit, and then at that point, then go ahead and work out exactly what's going on in the market. Also, another thing here that's so important to also realize here is that we have a pivot point down here at 133.02. So the market is also going to try and chase after that pivot point. So therefore, we will see continued downside move in the dollar just because it's trendy. This has nothing to do with the news, but just simply because the market is in a trend. Going back to CAD Swiss right here, let's take a look here. So you see CAD Swiss is really bouncing off the support right here. Traders, I think that the reaction in the market being bearish, it's not going to sustain itself for too long. I think we're going to see price moving back up. The reason why I see price moving back up because the news wasn't as a shocker, and we are going to see some stronger CAD. And that's also the reason why we're going to see dollar moving bearish, because we have a little weak dollar. We're going to see a stronger Canadian dollar. And therefore, if we're going to see a stronger Canadian dollar because oil prices are pushing higher, therefore, we're going to see the market pushing lower on US dollar CAD and pushing higher on the CAD Swiss. So I think we're going to see a rally in the CAD Swiss, an upside move in the CAD Swiss, only because the Canadian dollar right here is going to get stronger. All right, if you take a look at US oil right here is showing that we are still pushing higher. All right, still pushing higher. Market's still rallying. Oil is on the rise. And by the way, traders, even if oil dips a little bit, it's still way above $72 a barrel, which means if we're above $72 a barrel, that means the Canadians are pushing oil out or producing oil at a profit. And that is what's good for their GDP and helping the Canadians. So this is going to be good for the Canadians. Also, if they're able to push or at least produce oil at a profit and produce oil, that means it's not only producing GDP for the country, but it's also going to be getting people purchasing oil, and that's going to help the Canadian dollar itself to strengthen as well, because they're purchasing Canadian dollar. Now, let's go take a look at we had a question about the pound. How is it affecting the pound this morning? Well, pound is pumping right here, and we have broken through that level of resistance here. Here is that consolidation. We spoke about this yesterday, and now the market is breaking out of that consolidation. At least it's trying to break out of this consolidation. We have a pivot point right here at the top, but it's been hit already. So the market is going to try and push a little higher. Let's take a look here and see our bigger time frame. And so if you look at the bigger time frame, what's important here on the pound is this level. We're at that resistance this is the this is the previous low of this downward swing. And traders, because we never reached the 1.618 down here, then what we're seeing right now is a possible irregular flat pattern setting up. So what we can expect on the pound US dollar is we can suspect if the market's going to trade back above that 27.96 level, then we will see price chasing after around about this level, which is about 1.3 thousand. All right, price is going to come back up here to test that level. So we can almost say for sure that looks like dollar is on the fall. And that doesn't mean other currency pairs like the Canadian will follow and go weak. Nope, Canadian dollar is going to strengthen. And that would mean that if dollar is going to fall, pound US dollar will rise. Now, traders, we can go ahead and take a look at the euro US dollar. We'll see the same thing appearing right here. Dollar is weakening. Euro is going to rally against that. So we're seeing that across the board, traders. It's no surprise that currently right now we're seeing this pair is not working itself for too strong, because we also got a very important level we've got to break through, and that's this level right here. So at 33.66, that is a key level of support, because it's coming off that previous resistance and this previous low right here. This is a key level right here that if we want to see price down at 133, we got to break below 133.66. All right. New Zealand CAD, let's go across the board. Let's take a look at across the board right here. What about the New Zealand CAD? New Zealand CAD, remember traders, anytime there's a news announcement out in the US, it doesn't directly affect certain currency pairs, but indirectly it will, because all central banks look at the US and they make decisions based on how the US is moving. US is normally the leader when it comes to central bank decisions. And it's not to say that they'll follow suit all the time, but it is something. It's like the big brother, right? The Feds are the big brother of the central banks, and every time something happens in the U.S. economy, it does ripple across the board, and it does have indirect effect on other currencies. Now, New Zealand CAD is set up in, again, a structure. Traders, I think we can pay attention to the technicals rather than the fundamentals. And if you look at the technicals right here, the technicals are telling that the New Zealand CAD is setting up with this irregular flat pattern. And if price trades back above this level at 81.51, then traders, we're going to see some upside move towards this level right here, which is the previous high, and that's trading around about 82.64. So again, it all comes down to, do we see a bullish move confirm in today's trading? And I've already gone ahead and said that if I look at my sentiment indicator right here, I'm looking for price to trade above this level and close. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. It's actually this level right here. There it is. I wanted price to close above 81.54, which it did yesterday. So we had a new daily high close, right? And with that happening, traders, we're now seeing the New Zealand CAD indicating that the momentum and the sentiment on New Zealand CAD is bullish. So traders, we're probably going to be heading north on New Zealand CAD and chasing after 82.62 in the long run. All right. Well, traders, that was a little less exciting than I was hoping for. I was hoping for a lot more excitement out of this. Look at this. Oh, so look at that. Oh, bouncing back again. Look at the dollar right here. The dollar against the CAD. There it is, traders. Bouncing back. Just like I said, if the market stays above this, or at least trades back above that 34.09 level right here, then we're probably going to be heading into a trendy move, which means that if the market trades above that, then we could go back up to 34.60 up here at the top. And it looks like that's what's happening right here. That's all the market had, and now it's bouncing back up again. Dollar strength. Is this going to be long-term dollar strength? No, I don't believe it's going to be that. All right. Let's first, of course, see if the market does get above 34.09 right here. And if it does close out above that, then yes, it's going to chase off to 34.60. But again, I'm going to say this, traders. I don't believe that this is a dollar strength move for a long term. All right. Let's go ahead. I think the markets are just going to wave. If you look over here on the daily time frame on the US dollar CAD, we've got really a lot of indecision right here. And to be honest with you, this data right here just pretty much tells me that maybe the Feds are on track with the rate hikes, but maybe it's going to mean more hikes in the future in order to get it down below the 3%, down to the 2% mark that they're looking at. Also, keep it in mind, the Feds don't want the interest, the Feds don't want the inflation rate to go ahead and drop too fast, all right, because that puts strain on the economy and pushes us into recession. So, with a slower downside move in inflation, the Feds are looking at this and going, you know what, we're still on track. We've seen lower inflation numbers, even though we had a little bounce from the previous month. We've seen inflation numbers, but with the hike in the interest rate has certainly curved the interest rate bearish, and therefore what they're doing is working. They will continue to do it. Definitely looking for another hike in the interest rate coming out the next month. Remember, I believe it's the 20th of September is the interest rate hike, and it will be an interest rate hike. It will not be a hold, not according to what we're seeing right now. Now, what does that really mean for us right here? Traders, it just means the market's going to be a little whippy-lashy. If it goes above that 34.10, if it trades above 34.10, then it may go up to 34.60. But we're still going to see the US dollar CAD retesting that 133 level right here over a period of time. So we still will get down to that level. All right. Now that's what it's done right here. It's probably given us a little bit of a pop on the CAD Swiss right here. Let's take a look. So CAD Swiss is holding above that 6,500 level right here. And if we take a look right here, there's the CAD Swiss on the 1 hour. So yes, nice little pop back up again. Again, I think it's going to be the CAD Swiss is going to lead by the CAD Swiss, by the CAD itself. The Canadian will lead this move right here. Traders, now, Jason says you buy a US dollar CAD. Yeah, we buy US dollar CAD. But now, why would we buy US dollar CAD, right? Oops. Why would we buy US dollar CAD? Think about it. If we're going to think the market's going to be choppy, don't you think that it would be better to rather sell US dollar CAD instead of buying US dollar CAD? And are we talking about, sorry, not US dollar CAD, I mean Euro US dollar? Why am I talking about US dollar CAD? Euro US dollar? This year, if we're going to see the market choppy, why buy Euro US dollar? I would rather go ahead and look to sell it with a pullback. All right? And at the moment right now,
sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and echo device. So try. Looks like an issue with
I've got an issue with Alexa right now. She doesn't want to shut up. Just give me a second. Yeah.
Plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the echo device.
All right, there we go. All right, so this is the deal, traders. The Euro US dollar right here, you wouldn't want to buy when you're expecting the market to be whippy lashy. You would want to go ahead and sell Euro US dollar. So if you're suspecting that the market's trying to break out of resistance, traders, remember, do not get caught up in the bull trap right here. All right. If you're looking for the Euro US dollar to go long, then wait for the breakout of the Euro US dollar. Don't go ahead and just get in on that. All right. Don't just get in on that. Alexa, what is the Euro US dollar going to do? Oh, now you keep quiet? Ah, yeah, you see, even Alexa doesn't even know what the heck's going on with the Euro US dollar. All right, no, the Euro US dollar would probably be range bound as well. Once again, let's go to the larger time frame and take a look over here on the larger time frame. And then looking over here, again, traders, this is the important level right here. That 1010 right there. Now, the market is consolidating at the moment right now. The euro-US dollar is consolidating. We'll see how the daily closes out. Look, at the end of the day, I believe the euro will start seeing some rally because the dollar is going to weaken. But here in the news, based on the news that we're having right now, we're probably going to have to wait it out on the news and let the news go ahead and filter out, and then go ahead and see how the markets react. Looking at the Dow this morning. Let's take a look at the Dow, what the Dow's open going to be, and this is going to give that extra sort of momentum because now we'll see exactly, how the stock market sees the news. And at the moment right now, if we take a look at the Dow's going to still open up positive on the day, which means a bearish dollar, right? So I think at the open at 9:30, we're still going to see a bearish move on the dollar, right? So here's the 15-minute time frame. And we can see right here as the market closed yesterday, we've now seen, let's take a look here at the closing price. Where is the closing price here? So we got the closing price. All right, there is 44.30. All right, so here we go. So we've seen the closing price close up about here. Here's the closing price, and here's where current market's trading right now. So currently right now, we do have a bullish Dow. And now the Dow's gone ahead and pushed back up again. Look at that. Look how whoopy lashy this is. Even the Dow showing it right here. But look at that. We're going to close out, with, or at least open up with a bullish open in the stock market, and that means that we're probably going to see a weaker dollar at the 9:30 start. Yep. All right. All right, traders. Well, pretty much that is it for us. This. Oh, look at this. Dollar starting to sink back. I mean, how whippy lashy is that? Look at the dollar CAD right here. All right. Well, traders, that pretty much wraps up the session for today. I want to go ahead and let you know that I appreciate everyone being here. Make sure, traders, that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We're going to do a lot more of these sort of news announcement sort of broadcasts. So when we do that, I want to make sure that you guys get notified on these events. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe and click on the notification bell, so that when we go live next time around, you will know exactly when we do that. But appreciate everyone being here. Hopefully you guys had some fun. I mean, we're serious about trading, but at the same time, if you can't have fun doing what you do, then you might as well pick another career. So with that being said, traders, have an awesome afternoon, have an awesome morning, have an awesome evening, and I will see everyone back again, same time, same place, next week. All right. Cheers.